Well, good morning, everybody. I'm going to say morning because it is morning here. But I'm going to say good afternoon, good evening to you as well. Welcome back again once again, right here at JJ's PC Builds. You know it is. And if this is your first time here watching the videos, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, which I see we got 2 new subscribers, welcome to the family. Welcome to the JJ's PC Builds community. And my veteran subscribers, as always, much love to you for all that you do, watching the videos from beginning to end, helping support the channel. Okay, today, what we're going to do is, I know you're going to see, I'm going to cook this video up for this morning, but you're probably not going to see it probably till this afternoon. Got a lot cooking today, got doctors I got to run to and take care of a few things, but I'm cooking the video up this morning, so this way we get it all started and ready to go for when I get back. We'll just take and put it up on YouTube. So, Intel 14th Gen. Looks like we got a lot cooking there. Let's go ahead and switch over to the action screen and see what I got for you. There we go. I went to videocards.com. Checking out some information. Looks like the Intel Raptor Lake refresh has a release date. The Intel 14th Gen Core desktop lineup is scheduled to be announced in just over a week. However, in its unusual manner, I said unusual, I meant usual manner, the Intel won't release the CPUs to the market for another month. That's something to think about. It looks like the way they're putting this up there is the 14900K, 14700K, 14600K, the 14900KF, 14700KF, and 14600KF. Our sources indicate that Intel plans to launch the new series on October 17th, which is when the CPUs will become available for purchase and reviews are expected to go live a day earlier on October the 16th. Intel imposed an embargo, suggested that we may hear more about the potential pre-orders from retail partners. Now, Intel Raptor Lake refresh embargoes. The ad embargo is October 16th, 2023, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sales and reviews embargoes October the 17th, 2023 at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's important to note that this release date encompasses only 6 models. Specifically, the K and KF series. Well, that sounds like it's going to be a really interesting thing. Now, including the Core i9 14900K, 24 cores, the Core i7 14700K, 20 cores, and the Core i5 14600K at 14 cores, along with their respective KF variants lacking integrated graphics support. Now that sounds like it's really interesting. It always seems to be messing up on me. All of these are unlocked 125 watt TDP models with the non-K variant series featuring TDPs of 65 watts and lower. Okay, so all of these are unlocked 125 watt TDP models with non-K series variant features TDP of 65 watts and lower. Expect to arrive around CES 2024 next year. Okay, so they're saying the non-K series is going to show up around CES 2024, but they're going to be 65 watts or less. Okay, now we're going to move on. So Intel is geared up to announce the Raptor Lake refresh series at Innovation 2023, now scheduled for September 19th. The company is expected to unveil several other products, including the Mobile Core 100 Ultra lineup, codenamed Meteor Lake, and possibly some mobile rebrands from the Raptor Lake refresh series. You know what my question is going to be about is did Intel get through their lawsuit about their processors, about the hacking that people can hack into other people's processors? That kind of got me thinking about that. But you know, if they've fixed that problem, then so be it. But that's still in the back of my mind, just to let y'all know. Additionally, there are expectations that Intel might provide updates on Arc GPUs, Battlemage, hopefully, especially given the availability of the new ACM G12 GPUs and the delayed launch of its Arc A580 GPU for almost a year. Okay, so now we get to look at the charts. Now they got the 14900K, the i9 14900K. It's going to be at LGA 1700. These look like all LGA 1700s, so basically it looks like you got the plugins for the motherboards that are LGA 1700, which if I remember right, let me go this route, do this really quick with you all, so that way you all see that I am working at. Let's go to Amazon. Okay, so let's go to Amazonian, open it up, and let's type in LGA 1700. Okay, so, wow. LGA 1700, if y'all are seeing this, look at this right here. The H610M from Gigabyte, $90 motherboard. $80 motherboard, H610. Z790 for $179. Not too shabby. I don't know about the $220. Asus TUF Gaming Z790 TUF for $221. That's not too bad. The Z90A LGA 1700, the 209. But they're saying Intel 12th gen. So this is going to be the question. If they say 12th and 13th gen, now with all these LGA 1700 motherboards, okay, the question is going to be, are all the motherboard manufacturers, and I'm going to bring y'all close up to where you can see me really good. Now, I'm going to bring this very clear to you. And Intel, you need to get this out to your people if you're going to do this 14 Gen 14 up for long day. Give me a minute. Let me collect my thoughts. It's been a hot day outside with no air conditioning in the car, and I've been dealing with it. So y'all got to just give me a moment. All right? Just give me a moment. Okay. Now, the LGA 1700 series motherboards, the question's going to be is, are they going to update the BIOS to support, key question, support the new Intel Gen 14, the refresh? Somebody let me know in the comment below if you find anything on it. And this is going to be a really, we're going to sit tight on this story and see what's going to happen next, because I want to see if they're actually going to take and show support on motherboards and do a BIOS upgrade for these processors, or if they're just planning on putting another new set of motherboards out. That's a key question. I think we'll get to it sooner or later. But from what I'm seeing here, back to the action screen, what I see here is you got an LGA 1700 socket, which should plug in where a Gen 13 plugs in and a Gen 12. Okay. 24C32T. That means it's going to have a 24 core and 32 thread processor. The P cores are going to be 8. And the E cores are going to be 16. TDP is going to be 125 watts. Okay. Now the base clock's going to be at 3.2 gigahertz, maybe 3.2, 3.3. You never know. And they're saying the thermal velocity boost frequency is 6 gigahertz. Okay. Now, my question is I have heard of a couple people boosting it up to 6 gigahertz, but I've never seen it do and start off at, and get me right or wrong on this, I've never seen Intel start it off at base clock 6 gigahertz. This is what Intel needs to work on, and especially AMD. AMD keeps pushing those clocks down. It doesn't seem like they're going anywhere near 6 gigahertz. But you know what? Intel is, so that's kind of got my curiosity. I hope the Gen 15 that comes out, I hope to God they put the base clock at 6 gigahertz. That'll be the key. If you get the base clock at 6 gigahertz and it shoots all the way up to whatever, past 6, all the way to almost 7, giving it a wide bandwidth, of letting you drop it down to about maybe 5.5 and then let it swing all the way up to about 7 gigahertz. That I want to see. If they're going to make their strides, they need to make their strides for the next generation. This right here is not making strides. This is actually pushing you backwards. It's like saying to everybody, we can't get over 6 gigahertz. We can't get our base clock up to 6 gigahertz. I know it seems like it's crazy if you put it up there, but sooner or later it's going to be up there. So you might as well do it now instead of later. Try to stop teasing people and give the pleasure to the people in order for them to have great gaming. Get that boost clock up there. Get it to where it fluctuates at least 2 gigahertz worth of fluctuation, at least. 6 gigahertz, go all the way up to 8. What's stopping you? Adjusting the frequency to where you go from 6 gigahertz up? You're afraid that it's going to get too hot? Well, then you need to figure out the cooling solution for it all. And, it's not going to be hard to figure out a cooling solution. You just got to figure it out. But my opinion, I'm just giving you my opinion right now. I don't have the product in front of me to test. So this is my opinion. I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm saying it's just my opinion. Okay? It becomes a fact to me and you when I test it and see what it can do. That's when it becomes a fact. So let's make sure we get that point clear, that I give my opinion like everybody else. We're all allowed to give our opinion. There's no harm in it. It's just my fluent opinion on this matter. We should be up to 8 gigahertz by now. I don't know what the hell all these companies are doing. They're sitting there keeping you down at 6 gigahertz. We should be up at 8 gigahertz. We're not moving forward. It seems like they're slipping backwards and nobody's saying nothing to them. It's time somebody needs to put their foot down and say something to these companies. Look, you're sitting at too low of a frequency. You should be moving up in the world to a higher frequency to give more bandwidth, to give it more push, to give it better generative, a better generative outlook. But you're not. You're waiting for something. You keep waiting and waiting and waiting for other people. You're never going to get anything done. People are going to look at you. You're going to lose gamers. You're going to lose money. And you wonder why you're, crying broke. So let's get to the real deal. Okay, going through this i9 14900K, which I don't mind the 14900K for the simple fact is I don't mind. And I'm going to tell you this, I am not a picky person when it comes to having an onboard graphic card. Integrated graphics do not bother me if they're that damn good. Understand, if your integrated graphics are that damn good, then you should invest when you make a processor to make them that damn good. So you sell more processors. There are a lot of people that can't afford graphics cards because they're blown out to be too expensive. Intel, you have a shot at cornering the market with the integrated graphics. You just don't see it. I'm just being honest with you. You have a chance to corner the market, especially when you're trying to bring your ARC GPUs up to light. You have good integrated graphics. Utilize it, make it better for consumers that cannot afford graphics cards. Make it better because it looks like AMD isn't really focused on integrated graphics. You can take and swallow that market up. And there is a market out there for integrated graphics if they're that damn good. I'm just being honest with you, and I hope you all tell them the same thing. If you want to help the consumer save a buck, but you want to take and sell some processors and you want to sell some, your products, make it that damn good. Even better. Give them something to want. Not something that they just have to look at. There's not a lot of people who are going to buy the K models if they're that damn bad. So understand that. And I had to get that point out because every time, there's only two, on AMD side, there's only really two that I feel that are that damn good, are the 5600G and the 5700G. And that's the end of story on that. More about the 5700G. It's that damn good, and it's DDR4. Now look at the DDR5 lineup. Those integrated graphics that they put on those chips are like donuts. You get like 4 to 5 CUs compared to getting 8 CUs off of the 5700G, and you don't think you think it's that bad? It's actually not that bad. If they added a little bit more L3 cache to it, if they added a little bit more core support to it, if they added just a little bit more to make it just that damn good compared to, well, let's say the 6650 XT off of a processor, it'll be that damn good. So take my word for it, and I'm only going to tell you that once. And this is the only video you're going to hear me say that from here on out. On this only video. I got integrated graphics. I got, NVIDIA graphics. I got AMD graphics, But I'm saying, AMD, you could be that damn better, but you really don't want to be because you're too worried about making a donut GPU look that damn good. So when you all figure out that, there's a difference between having 3,500 cores and 3,800 cores on a GPU processor that's only going to be limited to that certain amount, and you all wake up to it, then you'll figure out that those GPUs are that damn bad. So, they don't have the horsepower to actually push to the max. They have enough to make sure they push to the stock load, but they really don't have much to push to the max load. And I've noticed that. I never hear anybody say, "Oh, I pushed mine to the max. I threw the kitchen sink at it, and guess what? It's that damn good." That's not the way I've been hearing everybody doing the reviews. I push this RTX 4070 to the balls to the wall. And yes, it is that damn good. So until I get my hands on the 7800 XT to try it and do it the same way, to me, my opinion, it's just not, it's not going to have my interest. Because everybody's got to look at the 6800 XT, 7800 XT, and the 4070 are all running almost damn equal to each other. And the difference is you got 16 gigabytes on one side and you got 12 gigabytes on the other. So it's making that 7800 XT look that damn stupid. So just keep going with it. Now, let's look at the Intel Core i7 4700K. It's the LGA 17. It's got 20 cores, 28 threads. It's got 8P cores, 12E cores, which this doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry to say this. How can it have 20 cores and have 28 threads? How is that possible? How can the i9 14900K have 24 cores and 32 threads? Is there something wrong with my math? Isn't the thread count supposed to be for every core? It's supposed to be 2 for every 1 core. So we got 24 cores. And we times that by 2. So why is it 32 and you minus the 32? Where's the other 16 cores? Where's the other 16 cores for the 14900K? Why isn't it 48 threads? Something don't make sense to me right here. Okay, it's got 36 megs of probably smart cache. That's probably the L3 cache. Smart cache is L3, but thermal velocity boost frequency 6 gigahertz. Okay, well, so basically what you're telling me is that the only thing that this is good for is 5.7 gigahertz. And that's it. That's about what you're telling me this is only good for. Right here. These three. The E cores are only 4.4. Is at 5.7 gigahertz. And if you take and turn off the E cores, then you only got the P cores. And the P core is only giving you 5.7 gigahertz. And you might be able to squeeze it up to about 5.95 gigahertz. Close to 6, but I don't think you'll reach it. That's the reason why they got NA over here, NA over here, NA over here. Intel, you almost had my interest. You almost had my interest until I started seeing all this psychotic stuff. What the hell? Okay, guys. I'm just showing you what's going on here. Okay, so you can see right there that's that's going to be released coming soon for Intel. Okay, so there it is right there. I it just totally lost my thought. I'm sorry. Intel, you kind of lost my thought on this. Okay, now, understand this. I know with AMD, if they do an 8-core processor, they give 16 threads. That's times 2. But I don't see where the problem lies, where you can't give the 48 cores on a 48 threads on a 24-core processor. I don't see why you can't times 2 it. Because you know your maximum performance is going to be off the P cores, not the E cores. The E cores are only your efficiency cores. Basically, that's like the stuff that's running in the background kind of thing. It's really all it really is good for. That's why everybody shuts off the E cores, is because they want the performance cores. They want something to give them that uplift. And then like AMD tries to tie everything to Xbox, just like Intel, I hope not, tries to tie anything to Xbox. It's the reason why they got all those core processors, and the cores and threads are tied to the Xbox series of Microsoft. That makes their new gen series look like a joke. And I know y'all are going to bash me about this in the comments below, but I'm going to tell you something. Go right ahead, because you know I'm right. You know I'm right. When you're tying everything to the Xbox crap on Microsoft, and you're putting more of your cores towards that, then you're actually putting it towards the game. Why do you think I'm running an 8-core processor, 16 threads? Because it's putting the cores towards the game. Not taking 24 and 32, because Microsoft is not scheduling it to get tied to, to split it up and give the game more performance. You're lucky to get 8 cores to be split up to give you that performance. And they're trying to tie more cores and more threads, but they're not telling you they're just sitting dormant. They're just sitting idle. They're not being used. You're only using 1/3 of the processor. And you pay all that money just to use 1/3 of the processor. It's not worth the money. It is not worth the money. Not until Microsoft fixed something to where they get that Xbox and just make it to where you can disable it totally. If you don't want to use it, just to totally disable that Xbox crap and let you use your computer with all the cores to play the games. But they're not letting you do that. They're restricting you from that. So I caught that on many other reviewers are telling me, I can only use half the processor because the other half seems to be parked. Okay, and you're playing one game and everything else is off, so you're using half the cores and the rest of it's parked. So you're wasting half of your money just sitting there doing nothing. Unbelievable. I hope Intel comes up with a solution about that and says, hey, look, you guys paid for the cores. You should be able to use all the cores. That includes P core, E core, all of it. Just saying. But Intel's got it coming out. Looks like it's going to be embargo day on the 16th. And it looks like it's coming out on the 17th of October, 2023. So make sure y'all take and program your clocks. Make sure you got your socks on and you let everybody know. That's what it's going to be. The refresh from the Gen 13 is going to be the Gen 14. And I gave you the whole plugin. They still haven't put anything about, I haven't seen anything yet about any BIOS updates or anything else to support 14th gen on the LGA 1700 socket motherboards. I haven't seen nothing yet. So I hope they got all that squared away and they put some more news out about it before they decide to launch that. Because that would really suck if you got the 14th gen processor, you plug it in, and guess what? You got a blank screen. So make sure you got your ears on for this one, as something tells me that they're going to forget, and the motherboard manufacturers are going to forget, and they're not going to put any support out there, and then you guys are stuck with a bald chip, a paperweight, until they fix it. That would suck on opening day, just to say. But anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, we do appreciate it right here. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, welcome to the family. Welcome to the JJ's PC Builds community and my veteran subscribers, as always. Much love to you for all that you do, showing support to the channel, watching the videos from beginning to end. And also, too, don't forget, Discord. I want to see a lot of y'all get up on Discord too. I opened it up for y'all. I have help, getting that rolling, and it's appreciate all the help that, my two moderators are working at and doing all they do. It's much appreciated. And as soon as we get everything squared away, I will let you know the name of the moderators. Right now, they're kind of sitting incognito. So that way they're sitting stealth. Just to let you know. But anyway, we'll let you know soon enough. Because I'm going to do a big appreciation day for them live right here. So just don't tell them about it. Okay? So until the next time. And hopefully the next time in the next video. You know who it is, and we'll see you on the next one.